Hey guys, so sorry about that. I had to start a completely new live because the old one got closed out. I'm really sorry. My computer died because of the battery. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was different than it did.
Because that's not a Google Hangout. It's actually YouTube. It's like how it says upload and go live.
Right.
I clicked on go live.
Oh, okay.
So it's different.
Hey.
Maybe we'll do this from now on.
Yeah.
So I don't have to start the event. I can just hit the go live and do that.
Yeah.
It's easier.
So, yeah. I don't know if you have anyone. How do you even tell? Is it the little people up there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, they're sold out until June, apparently.
Oh,
the museum.
Oh.
Sexy, do you want to still go to the Santa Cruz area, or do you still want to go to the Bay?
Well, it's cheaper to go to Santa Cruz.
Really?
Well, I would think so. Because you can just hang out on the beach and park for just a couple bucks.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's food right there. You don't have to walk around for hours trying to find food.
Yeah.
So this is the thoughts and everything on the Once Upon a Time.
So yeah, it cut off with like the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So Regina's happy ending was that she got to be the good queen, and she was crowned by Snow and Charming, and everybody was there, and little Neil and Emma's like, sorry I'm late, and she comes running in with Hook and the baby.
Right? Like, I love that. Like, it's amazing, and it's just awesome that everyone got their happy endings.
Yeah, and Rumple got to be with Belle.
Yes.
Like, that was so great.
Right? Like, I love it. Like, they did so well on writing that, I don't know, it's just amazing how they were able to finish it. Like, I can't believe how well they did, because Rumple saved Hook the way he did, and like, it's just amazing how they did that.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
are people in there or no?
No. So, yeah, just all of that. It's amazing. I can't think of anything else that would have been better.
Yeah, me either. There's one viewer. Yay!
So, what did you think about the season? What did you guys think and stuff like that? Like, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know in the chat or whatever.
So, was there anything that you wanted to, like, as a series as a whole?
I mean, like I was saying earlier, even though we got irritated with it, and even though, like, you know, it had its flaws, at the heart of it, it was always about hope and finding each other and happy endings and the journey of self-discovery and all those things that we all are trying to find in ourselves. And, you know, I think that's why a lot of them can relate to it, because they take these characters that are fairy tale characters and they make them relatable for everybody else. Like, they have them go through the same struggles, and they have them go through redemption and being evil and being good and being dark and all this stuff. And so they're brought to life in a human sense so that we can relate to that.
Right.
And, you know, even though we didn't always like where some of the characters went writing wise, and, things like that. I mean, overall, it was still a really great show.
It was.
And I'll miss it.
Yeah.
So.
I can't really imagine what life is going to be like without it. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I've been with the show since season 1. And
yeah, me too.
With it being over, I don't know. Like, it's really weird that we can't watch anymore. Like, there's not going to be anything new.
I know, right?
Like, I can't even.
I can't.
I really don't know what, like.
Yeah.
The whole, like, journey of self-discovery and everything.
Because, I mean, the way I like to look at it is, yeah, we got a really beautiful ending and things were tied together and everybody got their happy endings. But it's about the journey.
It is.
And the build-up and, like, where the characters go and how they learn about themselves and who they want to be and, who they don't want to be and
right.
everything else. So, I mean, yeah, everything has to end sometime, but the journey is the destination. Like,
yes.
You can't get to where you need to be without going through something and learning and experiencing it along the way.
Yeah.
And all of these characters did that. And yeah, like, we didn't always like some of them. We didn't always like where they went in their stories, but ultimately it ended up being something that was fulfilling. Because I have to admit, I was actually kind of nervous because if they were actually going to prove us wrong and do something good with the ending, or if it was just going to be like a crappy ending like other TV shows have been for the last episode. But I have to give them credit because they did a really good job. And I'm glad that they had the time to do the ending that they wanted to, because a lot of times TV shows get canceled and they're not always able to give it the ending that it deserves.
Right.
And so I'm glad that it got the ending that it deserved. And, we can finally see closure for some of the characters and have them, be happy where they are in their lives and, move on from there.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be, ruled by a good queen. And, Regina's story throughout the whole show has probably been one of my favorite redemption stories of a TV show and a character ever. Like, she went from being this person who I absolutely hated to being somebody that I truly loved and admired as a character.
Right.
And, you don't always see that very often. I mean, yeah, there's characters that are like really evil and considered the villains of the show.
Yeah.
And they have a redemption story, but they still aren't always like, they don't become the one that you love and they don't become, what you really want to see from them in terms of like a redemption.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked that with Regina. And Rumple too. I mean, yeah, he got on my nerves sometimes, but I'm glad that he got to be with the person he wanted to be with.
Right.
And that they finally get to spend eternity together. And, and it was so perfect because she was wearing the yellow dress and he was in this suit and it was just so beautiful.
It was.
And like so touching and it was just beautiful. But yeah, like, and then when Regina was talking to Rumple and she's just like, you can find darkness in the light. I'm just like, or light in the darkness. I'm just like, yes, you can.
Yes. Like, just everyone's progression through this whole thing has been, just.
I mean, even Henry.
Yes, Henry, from being the boy who just believed to the boy who had an actual story.
And for the other person who was part of our thing before, little game, whatever your name was, the 14-year-old.
You're right.
Emma's not the true savior.
No, it was Henry.
Henry was the true savior.
And then this season, no one was.
Lil Jet. Yeah, Lil Jet.
Yeah.
Henry
You wish
is the
you've
true
seen
savior.
it.
Henry is the savior.
You
He
should
was
see
the
it.
author, and he was the savior, and
Yeah, the heart of the truest believer.
yes.
Cute little boy.
Yeah, and he grew up to be a very handsome man.
Yes, he did.
So
And then Mulan, she was amazing. I wish they would have.
Mhm. She wasn't in there with all of
No.
them, which sucks.
Yeah, they should have like at least shown her, like
Yeah.
brought the actress on just to show her, like as they're like just panning across the. Because I think it would have been cool, like
Yeah.
maybe to show her with if they should have shown her with like Merida or something. Like
That would be
Merida,
cool.
you know.
But I mean, I think they felt
There
like
was
having
Merida.
one was enough. So Robin and
Mhm.
Alice was fine.
Right.
Like,
But I mean, they didn't have to show her as like gay with Merida.
right.
Like they're best friends. Like
Yeah.
they could have just like shown her just there. And what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
yeah.
Like, are there any characters that you loved that you didn't get to see in this? That are just side characters that you didn't get to see in this series finale that are just like they should have been at least just cameoed for a moment.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think they should have.
They should have got Ruby for like 2 seconds.
I think,
Like,
okay, we got to see Robin in this episode, and I
Mhm.
really loved that scene with him and Regina. Like, it was so great.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I was so happy to see them reunited. And
reunited
and kiss and just everything.
yes.
But it would have been nice to see him with everybody else.
Mhm.
And it also would have been nice, even though I'm like grasping for straws here, to see Neil.
And then Neil died.
So did Robin.
Yeah, but there's another version of Robin out there, the guy with the other version of the Evil Queen.
Yeah.
So that's probably the Robin you saw, and that's probably the Evil Queen that you saw.
no,
right?
It was Regina.
It was?
Yeah. She was like, she had like a dream.
Oh, okay. So that's what it was. They just brought him back in her dreams.
But it was a beautiful dream.
Well, I don't doubt that for a second.
She needed him to tell her what he told her, because she was like, struggling
Yeah.
with where she was. And she was like, our story was so short. And he's like, yes, but that doesn't mean it was any less epic.
This is so true.
And then like they kissed, and then he put something in her hand, and she woke up, and she opened her hand, and it was a red feather.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it was just really
It was the feather that.
yeah.
Oh.
You need to watch that part.
Oh.
But anyway, so it would have been nice to see Robin again,
Right.
and like with everybody else,
Mhm.
and like Ruby and freaking Archie.
Yes. Like he hasn't been on it.
His name is Archie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like he didn't die.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Talking about our favorite parts of the whole series as a whole. If you have any characters that maybe should have been at least seen for a little bit in the series finale, let us know in the comments, and we will talk to you and respond and everything.
Yeah. Do it.
But just the overall thing of like the whole Regina and Henry thing when they're fighting, I was so like she's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like
We thought she was gonna die.
Like it just seemed like that was her time.
We thought she was gonna die.
Yes.
We were just like, no, she can't die.
Yeah.
And then Hook almost dying.
Yeah, it was scary. I love what Rumple did. Like the whole story arc of Rumple was just amazing.
Scary.
And like just being able to like see that story arc of Rumple,
Mm-hmm.
just going through from when he was just pure evil
Yeah.
Like, just destroying lives left and right.
Right.
It was like on Supernatural with Lucifer. Like, you make a deal. And the deal, even though it seems like it's going to be good for both parties, is only really good for the evil character.
Right.
And so it's just seeing him come from that to falling for Belle.
Oh, I know.
And like watching as the one thing in his life that stayed true no matter how many times he forgot or lost his memories or time was altered, that cup was still there.
Yeah.
Chip was still there.
It was always there. And I love that kind of goes with the symbol of like, they will always find each other.
Right.
Because Snow and Charming always use that. That was like their thing. They would always find each other. And then she brought that up again in this episode when they were around the round table, which I thought was cool because it reminded me of the Knights of the Round Table.
Right.
But anyway, like, and I mean, it's fitting because like, that's kind of a legend. It's not really necessarily true.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's true, but like there probably was a King Arthur. But I mean, you know, it's just kind of cool that it had that.
Yeah. And I love that it was that a lot of what happened was like I lost my train of thought. Nope, I lost it again. I was gonna add on to something you said. But now I can't
about
remember.
The Knights of the Round Table. Oh, we will always find each other.
Right. Yes, that.
Yeah.
How we will always find each other. Like, that's just, like, it was true to the Charmings.
Yeah.
And then, like, just the thought that Neil came back. Like, Emma and him would always find each other.
Yes.
And, like, just that alone was enough for me.
Right.
And I mean, the whole Hook and Emma always finding each other, like, whatever. But I mean, like, the show's over now. We have to accept that they're together. They had a child. They got married.
Yeah.
Like, we
can be good with the freaking other Hook, the Wish Hook, who got Alice because Alice is his daughter.
Yeah, but like Hook and Emma, like, they always found each other. They always found a way. Then you had like Regina and Robin. Every time they were separated until he died, they always found a way.
They did.
They always found each other again. Alice and Robin. I wish we saw the wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
but they needed to do what they did at the end because Regina needed to have that.
Yeah. Like, Alice and Robin always found each other.
Yeah.
And,
Belle and Rumple always found
Belle
each other.
and Rumple would always find each other.
I mean, he would literally.
Henry and Cinderella always found each other.
Yes, which they were literally the most adorable. Like, I loved them.
Yeah.
I never thought that it would be Henry and Ella that would be a thing.
Right.
But I really liked them.
Mm-hmm.
Their name was Glass Believer. Like, that was the name that people gave them. So.
It's a cute name.
But yeah, like, I liked that.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's about always having hope, never giving up, always finding each other. Like, you know, finding yourself in the process of everything that's going wrong around you and always finding light in the darkness. Like, those are the themes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, whether or not we like it or dislike it, it's always going to have a special place in our heart.
Yeah.
Because we were with it for all 7 years. We started reviewing it in 2014. Like, you know, it's a big part of all of what we're doing right now.
Without that show, we wouldn't have what we have on YouTube.
I mean, we might, because we also did Supernatural.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have had the following that we started with.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had the following that we started with Once Upon a Time, because a lot of people were watching our channel specifically for Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
when we started out. So
even as we continued until we stopped, like we still had like a bunch of viewers.
Right.
And then we stopped and we lost almost.
I mean, thank you guys for coming in and joining this because you know, we hope that you enjoy it. Yes. But and if you
let us know your thoughts on the series.
Yes,
as
let
a
us
whole,
know your thoughts
and
finale. What you like about it, what you like about Emma. Since Lil Jet liked Emma, he thought he thought she was pretty, and he's like, she's the savior, and I'm like,
debatable. And Henry's the savior.
The writers always made it seem like Emma was the savior, but in reality, it was Henry.
Yeah.
So, and we had that theory for a while.
Mm-hmm.
She came up with it. I didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So,
if I were to explain my whole entire theory on why Henry is the savior, I'd have to rewatch the series.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
But
I mean, even though it's over and we'll miss it, like I need a break from it. You know? Like,
but I do have to say that my theory does not hinge on the fact that like time stopped when Henry was born.
Right.
Like that's like the main crux of every.
Yours is the fact that he came from magic, and he has the heart of the truest believer.
Yeah, and he's the one that brought Emma in.
Yeah,
and I mean there is the fact that he stopped time, but that's not the huge crux of my point.
Right.
And like that's just one of the many small things that add up to the fact that he is probably the savior.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's fitting that like the final curse was broke because him, the child that was born in our world that should have been born in the magic realm, because of Regina. And then Regina adopts him and he grows up with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final curse was broken because he broke it with her.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, I mean, the kiss I think should have been Robin and Alice that broke the curse.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like
that would have been a true statement. Have the lesbian couple break the curse.
Right.
And it felt right. They should have done it like that. I like how they did it, but it felt right that they should have done it with Alice and Robin.
Right.
But like just having Henry kiss Regina on the forehead or cheek, whichever one. But like,
it was on the forehead.
Right, because it was the same way that Emma broke the first
curse. Was a forehead kiss.
With the forehead. But just that, like, not talking about the parallels at all, just like the story arc of, like, think about it. The past Henry was living in Storybrooke at that time. With Regina having gone through maybe the third curse by then, and so they're still going kind of through her arc, and because I mean she's good by that point, but I think she might still be struggling a little bit, you know. And then by the point that we have over in Hyperion Heights, it's just like she's just good. Period. She's pure. And to have that happen, like, Henry broke the final curse.
Right.
There's not going to be another curse.
Yeah.
All the lands are whole.
And I mean, the curse that Regina did was to bring all the fairy tale characters into one realm.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a curse.
Exactly.
It's a good thing.
Yes. And so it's just...
And Tinkerbell flew over. And Tinkerbell flew over.
Yeah, Tinkerbell. That was an amazing part.
It reminded me of Disneyland.
Right?
Because, like, they even showed some buildings that had, like, the cross, like, that looked like the buildings in Fantasyland. And I was like, it looks like Disneyland.
I thought that the dragon flying over was Star. Remember her? And as Regina was driving down the road with Zelena, they were like, oh, Zorro is a dragon. I'm like, the Zorro, like the masked guy riding a horse with a sword.
Remember when they showed the dragon like a couple episodes ago? I was like, is that the Sleeping Beauty dragon?
I don't remember.
Like, I put that on Twitter when I was like tweeting. I was like, is that the? I think it was last week, the first part.
Was it Maleficent?
I was like, is that the Sleeping Beauty dragon? Like,
I don't know. But yeah, it's just the whole thing is. Yeah. Like the coronation. I love how it was a surprise.
Yeah. Like it was really sweet and it was really beautiful and they tied everything together with a nice little bow and you know, I mean, they could have done so much worse and they didn't. So,
but I still hold strong that they should have shown Mulan.
Yeah,
at least one.
But that actress hasn't been on the show for a long time.
I know, but like,
I mean, I loved how they went through like a bunch of the clips of the whole series. Like they just showed clips like family and loss and love, and I'm just like, so great. Yes. Like it was so
right. Hi, little
Hey, what's up?
Was there anyone that you wanted to see have a little small cameo or whatever from the seasons past that you didn't get to see?
Yeah. Tell us. We want to know. We want to know what you have to say.
Might have left because there's two people. Like, second person me or
whatever. Now there's three again.
So yeah, whatever you guys like, characters you guys saw, but that you guys remember from seasons past that you thought should have had a cameo, like let us know. Let's have a conversation in the comments.
We want to have a conversation with you. Please tell us. Yes. Once Upon a Time stars on that unfinished love story, Robin and Alice.
Oh yeah. What they say? Read it.
Let's see. Okay. During the series finale, Robin took a brief moment to ask Wish Hook for his blessing so she could marry his daughter Alice. Although the couple is only briefly spotted during the series' ending coronation scene, it's safe to say Alice did say yes to Robin's proposal, particularly because of this little detail that Reynolds, who plays Alice, revealed to EW while on the set of the series finale. It's really funny because I got to choose my ring the other day, and of course I picked the biggest, most shiny one, Reynolds says with a laugh. Tiara looks at me and goes, "What are you doing? We came up with this idea that the dwarfs mined for it. They mined for a massive stone." Oh, speaking of the dwarfs, at the very beginning, you see three of the dwarfs, and they're walking with like a pick, and they're whistling "Hi Ho."
Oh, hi ho!
They're whistling it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes, hi ho! That's amazing.
Alas, the Alice and Robin story goes unresolved as viewers are left to imagine what's next in their future. I like that they left it open-ended. Scoveby says, who played Robin. I do really love that you know that Robin and Alice are together and that relationship is solid and happy. For her part, Reynolds believes a wedding would just be around the corner had the show been renewed for an 8th season. I think the future is bright for them, but I do like the idea of it never stopping, she says. You get the happiness with Alice and Hook. They can be together and they get reunited, which is gorgeous. I don't want everything to be perfect, so I'm interested to see what other obstacles they face as they go through.
Yeah.
The ending was a little more definitive for the men in Alice's life, however. During the finale, as Wish Rumple aimed to isolate our beloved heroes for eternity, Hook nearly died by saving Alice from being sucked into a portal. Rumple came to his rescue, ripping out his own heart to give to Hook, which effectively killed Wish Rumple and allowed Hook to reunite with his daughter. She's connected to both Hook and Rumple. They are both her father figures, Reynolds says.
That's true.
It's like picking between your favorite dads with her. Yes, Rumple was going to do it anyway. He was always going to make that choice. Belle is his soul. That's where his soul belongs, and they're connected in that way. To be honest, there was nothing Alice was going to say to make him not do it. He was always going to do that. He loves us both, Hook and Alice, so he wanted us to be together. It kind of is the best of both worlds, but seeing someone sacrifice that much for someone is really powerful, and I think Alice wasn't ready for that. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So. It said, read our postmortem with executive producers Adam Horowitz and Eddie Kitsis here. Find out how Lana Parrilla reacted to Regina's ending and see how O'Donoghue felt about that Hook and Rumple ending. And they have links for those. But yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah. Shoot, like, I think I'm gonna be reading a lot of fan fiction.
Yeah, let me tell you, go on fanfiction.net.
Yes.
There's like a ton of Once Upon a Time fanfiction.
Really?
Swan Queen.
Yeah.
Probably Robin and Alice. You could probably search it. I don't know what their name is called. Probably Glass Believer. There's definitely Swanfire, which I like to read because I miss Neil and Emma.
Right. I just used to read a lot of other stuff. Like
if I read Once Upon a Time fan fiction, it's always Swanfire. It's not anything else usually. Yeah. And a lot of those stories have Hook and Emma, and I'm just like, no, I want Neil and Emma. Only Neil and Emma. Yes. You can have the other characters in there, like Rumple and Regina and all that stuff. But no Hook and Emma as like side characters eventually becoming a couple. Right. It has to be all about Emma and Neil's story.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Plus, I have other books I need to read that are more important than fan fiction.
Yeah. Like
actual books.
Yeah. I don't really like. I don't go on fanfiction.net anymore.
I do sometimes.
I have a
when
page,
I do it, I get so involved. Like I get so because like
I'll start
stories
posting
are
again.
So long.
They are. I'll start posting my stories again.
And what I hate is I get really into a story and it's not finished.
Yes.
And you never know when they're gonna finish it, and you're just like, this story needs to be finished because it's amazing.
Yes.
And that's why
there's a Teen Titan one on there that I should just give you the link to.
You should.
Like it's not.
Is it finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I read it
because like I stopped reading like ones that are in progress because if I get into them and they haven't been updated in a really long time, I'm like, I'm not gonna finish. I'm not gonna read it because I want to know what's gonna happen and they're not gonna continue it.
Yeah.
So I just read the complete ones.
Yeah, no, I'll like that Teen Titan one. It's finished, but it has some different characters in it, so it might be cool for you to learn more.
Yeah, I should probably.
But yeah,
is it long? How long is it? Like 40, 50 chapters?
I don't remember. It's been a couple of years since I read it. I do remember.
See, usually when I go on there, I mean, I'll go on and find like fan fiction from all different couples that I like. Like when I was into Glee, I would read a lot of the Finn and Rachel fan fiction.
Oh, of course.
I read like Nathan and Haley from One Tree Hill. That's the majority of the fan fiction I read is that couple. I have read like some Sound of Music ones that are really good.
I might maybe write some fan fiction.
I have an account on there, but I've only written like written like 2 stories.
Yeah,
and they're both really short.
I like some stories in there that I haven't finished.
They're both like one shots, and they're not very good. So
neither are mine.
Yours are probably better than mine, though.
I don't know
because you've been writing a lot more than I have.
That was when I first started. Those are my first stories.
Like one of the stories I wrote is a Who's the Boss one shot.
I probably do a one shot of Alice and Robin.
And then I did for like this on Tumblr. They did this like West Allen thing where it was like an appreciation thing like during the holidays, and I did like a Secret Santa where I wrote like a one shot for someone, and it was a Barry and Iris one, and it's pretty cute, but I still don't really care for it. Right. Oh, and I wrote a Jag one too, like a Jag Christmas one shot. Oh. So about one of the episodes because I didn't like how the ending of it was for like a season 9 Christmas one. So I like wrote it, you know, like a continuation basically of the ending. So those are like the 3 that I have on there. But yeah.
Yeah, just
I feel like I should just practice writing in general more before I were to write an actual story.
Right. The overall story of Once Upon a Time. Like, even though we say like how badly written it was
in some ways.
in
Like-
a lot of ways.
Like in a lot of ways. I mean, Glee was too. Like I had my frustrations with Glee all the dang time,
Mhm.
but it still was a show that had a huge impact on me,
Yeah.
and it still meant something to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it pissed me off like 90% of the time.
Right.
But
like
it was about music, and it was
Mhm.
about, you know, acceptance and following your dreams, and, you know, being a part of something special makes you special and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like it's just, you know, I mean, yeah, we have our differences, we have our love-hate relationships with the shows, but we still love them.
yeah.
They still
Like
mean
no matter
something
how
to
much
us.
the show pissed me off, I still watched it.
I mean, heck, you freaking loved Charmed and you hated Phoebe and Cole eventually.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I hate the I hate the writing, and I'll watch it anyways. I hate a bunch of characters, and I'll watch it anyways. Just like with this show, like I hated how they put Emma and Hook together,
Yeah.
and like just like all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that I hated about this show,
Yeah.
but my love of everything they did outweighed all the bad that they did.
Right.
And I think that, like, I would have watched the next season.
Mhm.
And it's just such a shame that the show's over now because it was actually getting good again.
It was.
I
But
would've,
I think it
like-
needed to end.
Yes, it did need to end. I would have liked to see maybe a one-shot, like, episode, like, as a tail end, just like a little special.
Like an epilogue thing.
Yeah,
where
an
they
epilogue
showed,
episode.
Like a year, or like a couple
Yes.
months later or something, where they showed Alice and
Yeah, I mean,
or like earlier, like they went earlier and they
Mhm.
showed them get married because at the coronation apparently
had
they
the-
were already married.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't need to see the wedding. Like, I
Yeah.
just mean, like, everyone got their happy endings.
Right.
Just, like, maybe an epilogue episode, like, as a
Cut.
celebration.
Right.
And just show us a couple of our favorite characters and how they're happy or whatever. Like,
Right.
because we didn't really get to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see the Blue Fairy. Because her book was there. It was untouched.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happened to her. Just, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to
Mhm.
say.
I mean, yeah, like
Like, I have
yeah,
all
there's
this
fandom
stuff.
hate. There's people that are going to be all bashing other people, and they don't need to be doing that, but it's going to happen. I mean, some Hook and Emma fans are very nice.
Yeah,
Some of them are very hateful
yeah,
and bash on Swanfire fans and bash on Neil. But you know what? That's just because they don't have anything better to do.
yeah,
And they can't understand the fact that you can like something that somebody else doesn't and not judge them for it.
mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna hate on Hook and Emma even though I don't like them as a couple.
Right,
I'm not gonna tell somebody who likes them that they can't like them.
right,
You know, they had a reasoning for liking them even if I might not understand it.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, I have to respect that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not somebody who's just going to put hate in somebody's inbox and be like, oh, you like Hook and Emma? Well, you should just go burn. Like,
Right.
no. If you like Hook and Emma, that's your own thing. I don't care.
It doesn't affect.
I
my
like
life.
Emma and Neil. I like Emma and Graham. I like anybody that Emma is not with Hook. Like,
Yes.
you know, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like telling you who you can and can't ship.
Right.
Because that's not my business. That's
it
not.
doesn't affect your life.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has reasons why they like a certain couple better than another couple.
Yeah.
And, you know, to each their own. I'm not going to be telling you you can't like something.
Emma and Graham, Emma and Neil, Emma and August.
Yeah, and they all had to die.
August, not for that.
Well, the other two, though.
I mean, Graham died in episode 1.
No, he died in like episode. He
Two.
died in like a couple episodes in. Like, Actually, no, he was on there for a bit. I think he was on like the first half of the season.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Mm.
Like, I don't remember what episode it was, but it was more than like 3 or 4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, I did like Emma in August, but you know, ultimately, Swanfire is my favorite.
Well, yeah, but like if we couldn't have Swanfire, I wanted her with August.
Yeah, me too.
With Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Because
But
yeah,
he's Henry's father.
like I have so much like that I want to say,
but you don't know how to say it.
right?
Like you don't know how to articulate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm in that place like all the time.
I am definitely happy like talking about this more with you guys, like in the comments or on Twitter or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I've pretty much said all I can.
pretty much said what I can too. Yeah.
I don't even
like. I think it's just that we don't want it to end because
Yeah.
once this ends, it means it's ended like forever.
and like we'll never say this closing statement again.
Yeah.
And
I almost
it's
feel
my
like we should.
favorite.
What is your favorite?
Our closing statement
yeah.
for Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. Well, we can't say until next time.
I know.
We have to just be like, so, you know.
Yeah, like, like, it's just so final.
In closing,
we hope that you watch the rest of our shows that we review.
yes,
that
we are
you'll
going
join
to be
us.
doing a flash live stream on Tuesday for the
At 8
finale
p.m.
at 8 p.m. Pacific time.
And we'll make sure that the computer does not die on us.
yes, I'm so sorry.
Um,
I'll probably have to borrow my mom's cord again because my cat's a freaking chewer and he chews cords. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, what?
I guess
To
to end the series and in hopeful recognition that maybe you watch some of our other shows and that you'll subscribe and
Thank
join
you for
us.
subscribing, Lil Jet.
Yes, thank you for
Thank
subscribing.
you.
And we hope that you'll watch our other shows that we review. You'll
And we'll
join
probably
us
be
and-
adding some others on. So if there's ever
Yes.
any shows that you think we should do or her review or me review, like let us know and we'll think about doing that.
Yeah.
Because since Once Upon a Time is over, we're gonna probably start doing the new Charmed.
Mhm.
And
And we're looking for something to probably replace Supernatural.
yeah, possibly. So
Yeah. So if you guys have any favorite shows that are like any shows that you think are going to be awesome this fall.
I mean,
let us know.
Lil Jet mentioned Walking Dead, but I don't watch that.
Right.
So and
if-
it's 9 seasons in, so
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not gonna do that. So.
It's like Supernatural seasons 1 through 3.
We'll probably do Legends more regularly.
Yeah. So you'll get
We'll probably just add on the one show for right
Mhm.
now, which would be Charmed.
right.
And then like we'll see how everything goes
Mhm.
and then we'll find something else. But for right now, I think it should just be that because
Yeah.
we already have like 4 other shows.
Right. But you know, like we might whatever. So if you guys have
Mhm.
any shows you want to see us do, we'll contemplate, we'll discuss,
Yeah.
we'll weigh our options, and so let us know in the comments. So
It
what
can even
shows
be
are
ones that
starting?
we've seen already and we
Mhm.
like rewatch them to do reviews for
Yeah.
or something.
Like if there's a show that has ended, we'll do something.
We might do Winona
yes.
over this summer.
Yes, because we need
But we
something.
have to wait for season 2 to come on Netflix because
Yeah.
can't watch it on Sci-Fi app.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So I guess like we hope
for all you
guys-
oncers, be careful, dearie, because magic always comes with a price. And you can always find light in the darkness.
Yes.
Bye.
We'll always find you.